Hey guys, Eric here. I cut back my hair to set a new goal for myself. By the time I grow it out to the length that it was before, I will have achieved a lot of my other goals that I've set for myself. So it's kind of like a race for me. But that being said, I am here for a kind of minute of wisdom. I guess this is more like an inspirational thing. So you INFJs out there, you... Okay. Let me take a step back. Every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up and realizes that it has to run faster than a lion or else it is going to die. Every morning, a lion wakes up and realizes that it has to run and catch a gazelle or else it is going to starve. Whether you're a lion or a gazelle, you have to run. INFJs, you are not made to be a gazelle. You are a lion. The only problem is you keep your teeth hidden at all times. Okay? You don't want to work for somebody else. You're made to be an entrepreneur. And when I say that, I don't mean run a business and pull a bunch of income from everyone. That's not what I'm saying. Entrepreneurs are the owners. They make their own rules. They make their own hours. They set their own standards. They accomplish the goals that they have set for themselves, and they make it to the top. Okay? What I mean in saying that is, you weren't made to work for somebody else. You weren't made to go to a company. Okay, this is how you do your job. This is the day in. This is the day out. You have any questions? Feel free to let me know. I'll answer them. But you do what we say, the way we say it, when we say to do it, how we say to do it. No questions asked. Okay? Do that, and you'll be able to move up in the company. INFJs, you weren't made for that. Okay? You were made to be independent. You have tons of ideas and creativity. You're not a gazelle. Gazelles are followers. Lions are leaders. Alright, they will leave their cubs behind if their cubs can't keep up. And whether you're a baby lion or an adult lion is irrelevant. The point is, you're going to have to run. And if you don't run, then you're just falling behind and the pack will leave you. What I'm really trying to say is there is a king in every kid and a kid in every king. And if you can't pull out the king inside of you, you will never be able to walk into the destiny that you were created to live. Your fate is in your own hands. When it comes to success, nobody has more potential than you do. Nobody. And INFJs, you allow yourself to do this. You allow yourself to fail. Listen, no one is good enough to be disappointed in themselves. Nobody. Everyone is bad enough to wake up in the morning and try to do something better, okay? You hold yourself to such a high standard, which is good, and that's what sets you apart from the followers. You have ambitions, you have goals that go above and beyond the normal. Alright, you're above average for a reason. And I'm not saying that arrogantly, I'm not saying you're better than other people. I'm saying that you have potential and crave to do so much more than just follow a pack and live out your days working 60 years of your life in some company you'll never really even matter in, okay? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that in an arrogant statement. I'm saying that when it comes to doing something different, making a change, actually going the extra mile. That's you. But INFJs, whether you come from an abusive environment or whether you don't, you allow yourself to keep your fangs covered at all times. You don't rear them. You don't put your foot down. You don't roar whenever someone gets in your face. You allow them to walk over you, and then you wonder why you're hurt so much. I'm just so depressed. People just don't understand me. Well, you don't do anything about it. Whenever someone insults you or belittles you, you'll either respond in kind, or you'll take it. You say, well, what's the difference between responding in kind and doing something about it? Responding in kind doesn't solve the problem. And it doesn't teach the other person anything except that you're a contentious human being without any backbone to stop the person from insulting you. I'm not saying punch him, I'm not saying become violent, but what I am saying is respect is not given, it is earned. And if someone's like, you INFJs are just full of yourself, you say, yeah, well, how would you know? You've never even been one. Or you're not an INFJ, or you don't even know what kind of struggles we face. Yeah, I don't have to know that you're just a mess. You can't even keep it together. Well, they're right. Okay? You would say, Eric, that is really rude. You might say, that is really harsh. How can you just say that to us? You're an INFJ, aren't you? Yeah, I absolutely am. But that doesn't mean that my emotions control me. I control them. Either they will control you or you will control them. Either you make a choice or a choice will be made for you. That's the law of the world that we live in. There is no other way. Either you take your destiny into your own hands, or somebody else will make a choice for you. You're going to be bottom of the food ladder. You're going to be a warehouse worker. You're going to be a fast food employee. All right, either you make a choice or a choice will be made for you. You have to earn people's respect. And if someone says you just don't know how to take criticism, maybe they're right. All right, you should always be pointing a finger back at yourself and saying, is what they're saying true? Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that we're a bunch of people with problems and that we're like mess ups and anything like that. That's not at all what I'm saying. If you're wondering why I'm laying down, I had a lot of stress and I just feel exhausted because it's finally lifted off of my shoulders and I just got done with a huge workout, so I'm sorry. But that's not at all what I'm saying. All right, what I'm trying to tell you is that you have the potential for greatness. But if all you do is complain, and if all you do is say, man, I wish people understood me, why don't they understand me? And then you get upset whenever somebody doesn't put in the effort. Why are you upset with them whenever you haven't done anything to help them see, to make them see? All right, you're either a lion or you're a gazelle, and you are a lion. You have the passion, you have the intensity to lead, but you don't. You don't lead. Maybe you lead by example, or maybe you lead by your words, but one way or the other, actions speak louder than words, and you have to take control of your own life, and you have to discipline yourself. You have to say, you know what? There is a time and a place to cry. Yes, I am overwhelmed. Yes, I feel exhausted, like I need to go back inside of the house or be alone or whatever that is. I need to put headphones in. But if you allow that need to control you, you will be a slave to it. And everybody will see you as someone who's weak and cannot take their own life into their hands. I shouldn't say everyone. When somebody is belittling you, it is much like two two beetles that are clashing their horns. They're fighting for territory. And when one steps down, it's already been made clear they don't have what it takes. Okay, you are lions, but you keep your teeth hidden. I'm not telling you to tear people apart. Just because lions show their fangs does not mean they're tearing people apart. As a matter of fact, a lion will show their fangs to their spouse and to their children, and they will growl as a means to say you have what it takes too. That is what lions do. When they roar, and then they are teaching their cubs to roar. Then the cubs start roaring, and then the father roars again. And when the male lion catches food, guess who the first to eat is? The wife. Guess who the last to eat is? The kids, because the male is setting an example. Why am I telling you all of this? Because I'm relating the INFJ to the lion. If you're just going to be a cub your entire life, you have what it takes to really do something amazing. But if in all of your potential you allow it to stay under the covers, well, that's a nice mane you have here, let me trim it. And you're just acting like a baby cub, you roar and don't show any teeth. It's just like, no, stop. Versus little lion roaring, people be like, whoa, this thing's actually a lion. Like, yeah, it may look small, but that doesn't mean I can just do whatever I want. I have to be more careful. Alright, INFJs, you're not like the other personality types. We're different. We are empaths. And that means that we are incredibly emotional and we don't like conflict. But you don't have to have conflict with someone to make them see that you're someone worth respecting and admiring. And that's one of the biggest problems that INFJs have, is we're not respected. You say the world doesn't understand us, Eric. It's just because they don't know how we think. I mean, if they understood how we think, then we wouldn't have conflict. You're wrong, because people are selfish. I'm not saying that in a general statement. I'm saying humans are selfish creatures. So, for you to say, well, if they understood us, there wouldn't be conflict, it's the same as saying, well, no one would be selfish if we all understood each other. That's wrong. All right? When was the last time you got into an argument with your significant other? You understand them, you love them, why'd you fight? Well, I just did. You were selfish in the moment, and you were upset or frustrated with them because they did or didn't do something that upset you. Alright? No. If people understood us, that's not going to solve the problem. Go on the street. Go on the street, go into an apartment, see an old married couple, see them with their children, parents with their children. It doesn't matter. Someone will always be putting somebody else down. But as long as you take it, they're going to keep cutting your mane and saying, this is nice fur. I think I'll take it. And then you're going to want to say, well, wait. All I wanted was your attention and for you to actually be my friend. Why'd you just take it and go? Versus, no, you're not taking anything. I won't be taken for granted. All right, now either you offer something or you don't. And if you want to walk out of my life, you were never worth keeping. And in saying that, the person's like, wow, this guy just like reared his fangs. He didn't bite me, but he certainly made a point. All right, fine, I'll stick around this little lion. He's clearly not a threat, but he's also, I can't just like step on his tail for fun and laugh about it. So, INFJs, you've got to learn to be stronger than you already are. Because if you're not, you will never be anything more than what you are right now. And that is hard to live with. It is hard to live with yourself whenever you know that you're not going forwards. So I hope this was encouraging to you. I know that it probably wasn't what you were expecting when you clicked on this video, but it doesn't change the fact that it's time for us to step up and start showing the world that we're more than just these timid creatures that are full of empathy and emotion and compassion, and love to talk and love to get to know other people, but that we are people worth valuing. And the world won't see that until we show them.